Hello guys and welcome to the Tyre Team Championship. That is right, it is the Tyre Team Championship in association with PJ Parcels and Eldar Sim Racing. And it is the one and only Hoppers in the commentary box. How we doing guys? It is Wednesday and it is good to be back. I have missed this championship last week due to, unfortunately, my own work commitments, but hey ho, never mind. We are here at the fantastic Goodwood motor racing circuit down in West Sussex, and it is also famous for the Goodwood Festival of Speed. But funny enough, we do have the Tyre Team Championship. There is Pirelli, there is Hankook, and there is also Continental. I'll tell you what guys, it is going to be an absolute epic evening of racing, because we do have two races this evening and we do have some quite astounding pit stop strategies, as well as very hot and quite close proximity racing within this division. So yes, as I say, it is the one and only Hoppers in the commentary box yet again, doing the fabulous commentary for these guys. I think there is kind of very much interest regarding the Goodwood motor racing circuit within the chicane at the end of the lap. It can catch people out. It can, if you don't get the line right into that chicane, it can hamper your lap for the next lap, if you will. But we do have some close proximity racing. We do have obviously the Hyundais, the BMWs, as well as the Alpha 4Cs. Obviously, last time out, they'll have to try and jog and remember, because I can't remember where they were last week. But last time at Alsace Village was where I took part in this championship. Funny enough, I was reserve driver for someone that couldn't make it as of Alsace Village, so I got to jump in the Alpha 4C for Team Pirelli, which was quite a nice one-off appearance, so I get a feel of the championship, and it was an absolute fantastic privilege to be part of. Yes, I didn't do well for them, but it didn't really matter, because it's not down to the drivers now, it is down to the likes of Team Hankook with the Hyundai Genesis, as well as Team Continental of, obviously, like for example Darren, who's just jumped in there in the BMWs. Team Pirelli are in the Alpha 4Cs, and it seemed to me the Alpha 4Cs are kind of very, according to my opinion, they are quite, they're not difficult to drive, but they can be a bit of a challenge, put it that way. But it is good to be back in the commentary box for this evening, and it is going to be probably one of the most exciting races to date, because we are at Goodwood. Give me a second while I share this around. So it is going to be probably, as I say, close as you like. We've got obviously the BMWs, we've got the 4Cs, and we've got the Hyundais. Personally, the way I see it and the way I feel is if we go into the point situation, team points, because they're not obviously individually scored now driver wise, they are by team. So the likes of I'll go through who's in what team in a moment, but we do have Team Hankook on 562, followed by Team Pirelli on 402. Then Team Continental are on 316 as Nafletch goes into the barrier. Quite a high speed down the latter part of the track. But as I was saying, it is kind of an amazing atmosphere for this evening. It is an absolute fantastic championship. If you want to take part in season 2 of the Tyre Championship, I believe it is going to be bigger and better next season. From Craig Thomas, that is the real Osman. Speaking of devil, he's actually sat in pit lane at the moment. But they were at Tokyo last week, so they're on the streets of Japan's capital city. So from what I've seen, Team Hankook took out that with 126 points, because obviously where the drivers finish. Continental took out second, so they came on 112 points as of last week, and then Pirelli on 82. But the grid is down to, I believe, obviously where the teams had finished in reverse order as of last week. So it's Team Pirelli that start on the first 5 positions of the grid. So you've got Ismail Nemri, aka Gamer Race. Where is he? He is here. He's actually in the orange Alpha 4C, the orange and black Alpha 4C. They have Brian Moncani, the Belgian. Hopefully he's back this evening. He missed Alsace. I believe that's who I was actually standing in for. Ismail bins it off there, which is not the best. It seems to me they are struggling a bit around here at the moment as well. Then you have Boz, aka Pokovic. Yeah, that's Pokovic. Pop Motorsport. He is not American, he's actually Serbian by nationality, but unfortunately due to the Serbian flag not being on GT Sport, that's why he's got the American flag. They have Lee Fitzy. Funny enough, Craig Thomas's cousin on the 4th row. Then you have Chris Wheatley. I believe Chris Wheatley is missing race number 1, so he's going to be back for race number 2, hopefully in the red Alpha 4C. Then you have Darren Baldwin, currently leading the way for Team Continental. Then it'll be Craig Thomas, then it'll be Sam Siltilla, the Finnish, the Flying Finn, as I'm going to name him. Dean Atkinson, Nick Sargent. It's nice to have the founder of Eldar Racing, aka the Hammer Games. We won't go into details why he's called the Hammer Games, but speaking of Nick, he's on screen. Don't kill me, Nick, if you're listening. But yeah, we have Nick down in 10th. Then we have Nave John, first of the Team Hankook Hyundai Genesis. Nave John actually did race for Team Continental, and then he couldn't cope with the BMW for some bizarre reasons, so he's now gone to Team Hankook with the Hyundai Genesis. Then you have Adam Morgan. No, he's not British Touring Car star Adam Morgan. It is none other than a Welsh namesake, should I say. And then you have obviously Brian Ross, who actually hosts the lobby. Brian is here in his famous claret and blue colour for some bizarre reason. I believe he's an Aston Villa fan. No, I'm kidding. He's not an Aston Villa fan. He's actually a Burnley fan. So yeah, they're playing the same colour. But you know, who cares? It's only a bit of fun banter between football teams. Myself, I'm a Wolves fan, so you know, just to throw that in there. But we do have also Thomas Chevalier, who's just actually joined Moreno. He's in the white and blue Hyundai Genesis, I believe. They have Gareth Morris rounding up the field. And yes, it is going to be fantastic to see exactly what these guys can do this evening. So grab a drink, and absolutely going to be fantastic. Yes, Darren, morning. What do you mean, how was dinner? I had a pizza, mate. But yes, it's going to be great. I can't believe how well this championship is. But yes, morning, Darren, if you like to be morning. I have actually just technically been asleep for a bit. I had to sleep. I'm interested. I know exactly what you're trying to do here, mate, because you're saying morning, so you're trying to think we've had dinner time, because you've only just woken up, from what I'm trying to gather, my friend. But yes, no, I didn't have pizza for breakfast, mate. I had it for my evening meal. It's actually 8:15 PM, so it's like 7:44 PM. But yes, I know what you're trying to do, mate. You're just trying to have a bit of banter, which fair enough, mate. I hope you do really well this evening, personally. But yes, Darren, trust you, mate. Trust you. It's good to have you here. You know that. But I like to have your banter. It makes me smile, mate. It makes me smile. So, how many laps have we actually got this evening, gentlemen and ladies? We do have 17 laps. Wow. 17 laps on Goodwood. When I've raced round here, I've only raced round here once. This is obviously going back to the Peugeot 208 GTIs. Yes, banter indeed, my friend. Excuse me. I like Goodwood myself, mate. I think it's a great circuit. But I've only raced around here once with the 17 laps this evening. Cheers, mate. Means a lot. I like doing commentary, you know, but I sometimes prefer race, but commentary seems to be a regular forte. But 17 laps around here in GR3 specification GT cars may feel like it's going to be epic. Don't get me wrong, guys. I've only raced around here once, and you know the circuit itself is fantastic. So we do have Lee Fitzy followed by Gareth Morris. Gareth has, yeah, he's there. I thought it changed colour now. It's actually someone else, but it's actually Tom's car that we saw lurking in the background. So, Team Hancock, currently second in practice. I don't know why they've got the Yokohama sticker on the Team Hancock cars, but it's probably just the way it goes. Obviously, they've been designed by each and every one. They do have Shell Lawman Motorsport that backs the GT Supercars on a Friday. They also have PJ Parcels, which is probably the sponsor of this event. And they do have the Hoppers Motorsport Vlogs logo, which we sponsored the Toyota Yaris, just to put that in there, guys. It is nice to see that involved. Adam Morgan currently third for Team Hancock, but second. And then we have Moreno. There you go, that's exactly what I got confused. He's French, so it looks like Darren at the moment is having issues. From what I've heard previously, though, there has been issues with pit glitches here for some bizarre reason. Then you have Ismail Nemri, the second of Team Pirelli, the Alpha 4C. It is a nice car to drive, don't get me wrong, it is very nice. But as I say, it is one of them that can be sliding about. And then we have Dean Atkinson, first of the Team Continental BMWs. That is a spectacular car, the BMW M3. If I had the choice, I'd go BMW because I like my BMWs, but I can't be biased because each driver is fantastic in this league, regardless if you're new or a seasoned veteran, or some of these guys, I'm going to say intermediate racers. I hope they don't mind me saying. And then you have obviously Craig Thomas, who actually came up with this idea of the championship for Eldar Sim Racing. But don't know what's up that one. He says he wasn't. It's not looking good for some bizarre reason. I'm trying to figure out why that is. He's there, so he's in pit lane at the moment. Is he just revving? Can you get out, mate, or are you stuck? Oh, he can't get out. It's a bit very weird for him. It's a bit very weird. It's a very interesting sort of glitch that these guys are having. So you got Brian McCarty just entering the lobby, the Belgian, and then you got Samper, who is currently 12th. He's come out pit lane for his first moment or two. It does look like there is roughly an issue in pit lane. It kind of looks like they're kind of like trying to get out of pit lane, but it's very weird. So whether pit stops are going to be a factor this evening is another thing, which isn't going to do either team very well. Ah, okay. So you're revving to get out of pit lane. It's very weird, mate. I never... So Ismail can get out in the 4C, but why can't you? Are you on your wheel, mate? Because it seems a bit weird. It's a weird glitch, that. But anyway, I don't know what they're going to do this evening, whether they're just going to just race for it and just select whatever tyre. Obviously, they can't because the fuel depletion, I believe, is also boosted, so, you know, it's going to be very strange. But, very strange indeed. No worries, mate. That's fine. Yeah, you're well restarting the game, mate, just in case. But yeah, it should be very exciting. Please do like and subscribe to the Eldar Sim YouTube channel. It will help us out massively. And also, please do follow us on Facebook or like us on Facebook. We are also on Instagram, just put that in there. The founder, Nick Sargent, his wife Kim, does fabulous thumbnails and also social media posts. We are also on Twitter at Eldar Sim Racing, I believe. Go and give that a follow. It is very weird. Not very weird being on social media, by the way. I was just slightly going off topic. But it seems like the kit glitch is a bit weird here at Goodwood. I've never had it done, so I wouldn't know exactly how it feels. But yes, do check out us on Facebook, Instagram, and of course Twitter. We do have an Eldersim website, funny enough, which is www.eldersim, which is spelled ALDAR, and then sim, which is spelled SIM, and racing, which is RACING.co.uk. Do go and follow us on Eldersim Racing. It will be go and check out there, and it will direct you what races we have, the admins, and also points as well as rule books for various seasons. And it will be quite. It will tell you exactly what's. They also tell you the sponsors as well, exactly what's coming. Evening, Nick. Medium tyres are going to be a pain, no grip early on. Oh, that's going to be very interesting if you start on the mediums. I suggest, just as an idea, don't get me wrong, obviously I'm not racing tonight, but if I was, I'd go on the softs, then get the mediums out the way, is what I would think. But personally, I wouldn't try and go on the mediums straight away, because like you say, there's no grip. You'll be on the mediums. Oh, see, it's each just their own though. Exactly, you know, it's each just their own. I'm not going to tell you what strategy to go on. It's down to you guys. But personally, if it was me, I'd go on the softs, then get onto the mediums later on in the race, because I can have less grip towards the end. But as I say, it's each is your own, and it is going to be very close. You know, I feel. I do know you, Nick. Of course I do, mate. I really do, mate. I know exactly what you're like. But at the end of the day, as I say, it teaches their own first strategy. You know, what's it like fuel-wise though? That's what I'm trying to picture in my head, because I see the tyres, mate. The tyres have to get warm. You know, there's obviously no tyre warmers on the car. The cars, when the cars are sitting in pit lane, like for example, you know, some of the guys are probably going to go on to mediums. You know, it might be down to your team. Like you decide, right, we'll go on to the mediums straight away, get them over and done with. Go on to the softs halfway through or towards whenever. I don't know exactly what you guys have been discussing, because it is none of my business. But it'll be interesting if some of you guys can tell me your strategies. But, you know, I'm not bothered if you don't. To go on to basically onto the fuel depletion, it seems some cars, when I race, like for example at Alsace, when I did the one-off, it seemed the fuel was drinking more than it should. It kind of felt, I don't know how to put this, but it felt like you were drinking a liquid of some sort, probably beer, and you were just drinking far enough of it, and it was there in front of you, but next minute it was gone. Sort of put it into perspective. But I think tonight round here, traffic is also going to be a bit of a, not a issue, but I think it might be just a bit of a situation, just to put it lightly. But we do have like, you know, quite a lot of things ongoing. You know, I feel like we do have. Oh, I found a water bottle. Nine to 11 laps on the soft. Yeah, it seems it could be, mate, to be honest. But we'll soon figure it out, mate. But it should be very close. It should be very exciting as well. I hope you guys can hear me, by the way. I'm on the quieter headset, should I say. If you can't, I will shout, or I will whisper. But yeah, it's gonna be great. I'm looking forward to this evening. Pop Motorsport kept it wrong out of turn number 1, which has now broke his car, which is not the right thing to do, but lots of wheel spin. At least I found some water so my voice doesn't disappear. I felt like it was disappearing the other day actually. I was commentating on Monday. But seems to be here in good check, so you know that's fantastic. Just a bit about Goodwood, just a bit of a fact. Not only do we have obviously the Goodwood hill climb, but that's in the distance. Sadly it's not on here, which would have been great to see these cars just have a blast up the hill, but it isn't. We do have the Goodwood revival in real life. We've only been here probably maybe 5 or 6 times in Elder Sims history. I'm sure Nick will correct me if I'm wrong. We've had the Minis, we've had Peugeot 208 GTI Cup, we've had the BTCC, we've had, I think it was a one-off Peugeot RCZ Championship race that was here. And we've also had I'm trying to think what else championship we've had, but it'll come to me. So, you know, I think we've only been here not many times, so, you know, it is a nice circuit. Some of the guys probably do like racing around here. Personally, I would have pretty much a sort of a Goodwood revival. Oh, I think the BMW TC, the Touring Car Classics were here. I can't remember, so, you know. I know I haven't got a memory like a goldfish before anyone starts that. But yes, it is going to be fun, it is going to be very exciting for 17 laps around here. 17 laps around here in GT cars may seem like a long time, but it isn't. Just looking at Brian Moncani drifting through turn number 1. We're just hoping to start very shortly. Who do we have that wasn't making... I can't remember. I think Chris Wheatley wasn't making race 1, so... Time to drink plenty of water. It is still humid. It is still warm, but we should be in for a cracker of a race. I need to get comfy because I feel like I'm going to probably end up somehow falling out of my chair of excitement. But yes, it is down to each team's strategies. It is down to what they feel happy with. Majority of the field, though, as Dean Atkinson does donuts, or just goes off. We're going to be starting very shortly. Excuse me. Oh. But it is going to be very close. We'll see exactly what everyone is going to be on. So yes, it should be lots of close proximity strategies, as it's already been discussed, but hopefully it should be a good going. Oh, I was going to get my message in, but I didn't get it in time. Never mind. It's round number 5 of the Tyre Championship. So we've got Ismail followed by Brian Moncani and Pokovic, and of course Lee Fitzy. Then you've got Darren followed by Craig, Samper, Dean Atkinson, and of course Nick, as well as the rest of the field. It is not a start like gantry It is down to the Union Jack, I believe. So we're getting ready for a start. Union Flag doesn't get underway. Brian Moncani seems to have bogged down at the start there. Whether he jumped the start or not was another thing. He is at the tail of the field, but going straight away. That Ismail Numri leads the field into turn number 1. It looks like Craig Thomas and Darren Baldwin, Team Continental BMWs, are trying to already get up to Team Pirelli lead drivers Pokovic, of course, Lee Fitzy, as well as Ismail Numri. So 2 cousins at the moment are currently battling away. See what else is happening. Samper in 6th, Dean Atkinson now 7th, Nick in 8th, followed by Nate Fletcher for Team Hancock. So Team Hancock have Adam Morgan, the lead Hyundai Genesis. Looks like the BMWs are trying to literally launch up a major. There's a bit of contact. What's happened to Dean Atkinson, who's stuck on the grid? There is a lot of restart ongoing, so the race has going to have to be restarted by the looks of it. It's a bit unfortunate. There's a couple of cars stuck on the grid. I didn't realise that. So that's a bit unfortunate. So it does look like there has been a few issues. So it looks like the fuel was also on 50%. But it did look like there was a bit of an issue with cars not leaving the grid as well, so never mind, we will be getting ready for a restart. So it was red flagged, I believe it was, mate, yeah, I'm not too sure, but I think that's why half the people didn't go, but that's a new one on me, that. So we'll see exactly what is going to happen. The fuel was wrong, but then was there a bit of glitching as well? Hard to tell. Hard to tell. When they update GT Sport, they always mess with the servers as well, which isn't brilliant. I believe it was the wrong fuel setting as well, which was a bit weird, but I didn't notice anything. So, yes. So there's just a few people just getting a couple more outlaps in. What Pokovic is trying to do. I think he's just trying to practice his start. Looked to me like at the first start though, Brian Moncani jumped the start, or he just bogged down a bit. So we're just going to wait for the Renault to get back in. The Alpha 4Cs are weird starting, especially when you turn the certain settings off. And there appears to be a fly buzzing around my head. Well, hopefully we should be good to go very shortly. It's just kind of a bit it's not frustrating, these things do happen. but hopefully we should be good to go very soon. So we'll see exactly what will happen. Oh, there's a bit of contact between these guys. What was that about there? I have no idea what that was, but Darren flashes the lights at me. Please don't flash at me, mate. Kidding. But yes, it should be very exciting. It should be... I thought it... Lol. But yes, it should be a very good evening for this race. It kind of looks like Flex gets a bit of karma. But obviously a bit of banter, and it must be a bit of a way, but hopefully we should be in very good proximity racing. I believe, from what I am remembering from when I raced at Alsace, should be epic to see. I don't know why Darren's gone off lawnmowing. It's not a Honda. It's not a Honda, Darren, it's a BMW, my friend. It's not a lawnmower. It's a GT car, mate. So, we should be good to go. See exactly what is going to happen in a couple of seconds. This is going to be race number 1. So 17 laps round here at Goodwood Motor Racing Circuit, or Goodwood Motor Circuit if you want to be quite old fashioned. I never get why these guys flash their headlights. Maybe to get noticed. But yes, it should be fantastic to see. You got Ismail Nemri, followed by Brian Mulcahy and Pop Motorsport. Then you got Lee Fitzy, and then you have Team Continental driver Darren Baldwin on 4th place. It looks like at the moment though we are getting ready for another start. Who's going to get a decent start heading into turn number 1? At the moment it does look like Ismail Nemri's got that Fossey dialed up. Darren Baldwin for Team Continental though, what a start up into 4th place. Already has got Lee Fitzy taken, so Team Continental will have to work together. Ismail Nemri goes grass cutting, just up to the tail of the field, so it looks like Team Continental currently are, as Brian Mulcahy goes off now. It's a bit unfortunate. I'm going to have to get back up to what's going on. Pop Motorsport in 1st place for Team Pirelli. As I'm about to sneeze, I better not. Darren Baldwin currently putting that Team Continental BMW into a good scoring position. At the moment it looks like Team Pirelli though, Lee Fitzy 3rd, Craig Thomas's cousin. Oh, Lee's just clipped the ball at the chicane, which is not done him any favours. Craig Thomas and Dean Atkinson are currently side by side going into turn number 1, but it looks like they will probably work together or not. It's allowed Nick Sargent up into 5th. Team Hankook driver Adam Morgan leading for Team Hankook. It's Brian Ross followed by Gareth Morris and of course Samper for Team Continental. Moreno in 11th for Team Hankook, Brian Moncani and Ismail, and of course Nate Fletch respectively. There's a yellow flag there, I don't know who that was. That was Craig Thomas. He's dropped down to 7th now, which is now gifted Team Pirelli driver, his cousin, up into 3rd. So we'll see what's happening between these guys very shortly. Team Hankook have a car into 4th place at the moment. It'll be fantastic to see what happens if they start another lap. So they've got 15 more laps to go here. It looks like Lee Fitzy and of course Darren are going to try and battle. Team Continental need to work pretty much to stop these guys going, because at the moment Brian Ross, was that a tap from Gareth Morris, or was that just because Team Continental were ganging up on them? It's quite interesting. Moreno, for some bizarre reason, is stuck in pit lane at the moment. That's a bit unfortunate. So that's put Pop Motorsport actually 2nd on the road, but he's actually leading, which is a bit unfortunate. It's actually not going to be good for when they want to change tyres though, because it's going to be very difficult. Let's see what's going on. You've got Lee Fitzy, so Team Pirelli currently 1st and 2nd. And you do have Darren Baldwin actually technically 3rd on the road. It says it's 4th, but he's not. Adam Morgan 5th. Going into the chicane right now is Dean Atkinson, as well as Craig Thomas and Gareth Morris. So the Welsh lads currently trying to push on. Does look like we have got Renault stuck in pit lane for some bizarre reasons. So looks like Samper trying to hold off Brian Moncani at the moment. Team Pirelli and Team Continental. Team Continental really need to have a decent result this evening. They have had probably not a shocking start, but they probably need to have their drivers pushing on quite a bit, according to my prediction. But I'm sure they will do okay. Craig Thomas still trying to push on. He's actually 2nd of the 3rd of the Team Continental BMWs at the moment. We'll see exactly what is going on at the moment. We do have Pop Motorsport under threat from Darren Baldwin going towards the chicane, so it does look like we do have Lee Fitzy for Team Pirelli leading the way. Pop Motorsport 2nd for Team Pirelli, Darren Baldwin 3rd for Team Continental. Gareth Morris under threat from Craig Thomas, so both best mates, 4th and 5th at the moment. Hankook lead that kind of interchange of battle, but looking at Craig at the moment, he's putting Gareth under considerable amount of threat. They're going to have to be careful going towards Fordwater or St Mary's. I can't remember which corner, but it looks like Gareth has got that move covered at the moment. Samper in 6th for Team Continental. Currently got the 4 C's of Ismail Nemri and of course Brian Moncani pushing quite a bit onto that. Then you have Brian Ross, and they called him Nip Ross then for some bizarre reason. But Brian Ross in 9th, followed by Nick Sargent in 10th place for Team Continental. Adam Morgan 11th after making a pit stop, and of course Nate Fletch at the rear of the field. Dean Atkinson 13th, I believe he's been into pit lane, or has he just had a bit of a mistake? Renault stuck in pit lane sadly. He's not going to be able to get out there, which is a bit unfortunate. So Pop Motorsport and Lee Fitzy lead the way for Team Pirelli at the moment. Darren Baldwin 3rd for Team Continental, so the BMWs currently need to push quite a bit further up. There's not much of an interchange in battle between obviously Ismail Nemri and Brian Ross. as well as Brian Moncarney. So Brian for Team Hancock, that's Brian Ross, currently 7th, trying to push past Ismail Nimri. Ismail currently trying to have a bit of a ding-dong battle between his teammate as well as Team Hancock driver Brian Ross. So as I say, anything can happen, but we do have 6 out of 17, so kind of near enough halfway through the race at the moment. We do have Ismail Numri now down into 7th, Brian Moncarney 8th, Nick Sargent in 9th with Adam Morgan now 11th, Dave Fletch for Team Hancock 11th. Oh, what's happened there? Adam Morgan's just got a bit loose out of that chicane, and Nick's had a bit of an off. Has he lost control of the steering wheel? We'll soon find out though. But I'm sure he'll push on for Team Continental. He's got Samper, his teammate, trying to push quite a bit. Dean Atkinson 13th for Team Continental at the moment, which will give him a good start for race number 2. And unfortunately Moreno stuck in pit lane at the moment, trying to desperately get back out of pit lane. Looks like Pop Motorsport though trying to push on for Team Pirelli. Dan Baldwin so far though for Team Continental, currently on the soft, so he's probably doing exactly my strategy, what I would do, but excuse me, we'll see what everyone's on very shortly. So we've got Craig Thomas on the softs with Gareth Morris hunting him down, so it looks like the 2 best mates are going to be pushing quite a bit for what would be 4th and 5th at the moment. Brian Ross in 6th, followed by Brian Moncarney, and then Adam Morgan, Nate Fletch, and of course Nick Sargent, and of course Samper currently doing a stellar job. Dean Atkinson, and of course Ismail Nemri. Don't know what's happened to Ismail. Oh, he's lost it there. So that's going to be putting Team Pirelli on the back foot slightly as well. So there's not really much battles galore going on at the moment because they're equally spread out. But it looks like Adam Morgan also trying to catch up to his teammate, Team Hancock driver Brian Ross. So it's going to be maybe down to these guys. They're probably going to make an interchange in strategy. They're both on the softs, I believe. So they're going to go side by side. It's going to be Brian Ross down into 8th, sadly. Nate Fletch currently side by side with Nick Sargent going towards the latter part, the Levant Straight, or the Levant. Obviously Nick drops down into 10th, Nate Fletch goes through the chicane. They're both equally matched though, so both on the medium tyres at the moment. Samper currently 11th, and of course Ismail Numri 12th at the moment. He's struggling at the moment with that 4C by the looks of it. And then you got Dean Atkinson on his mediums. So we'll go back up towards the front, see what's going on at the front. Lee Fitzy currently 2.0010 seconds now. So 2.1 of a gap from Pokovic in 2nd place. Darren Baldwin currently flying the flag for Team Continental, doing a fantastic job. We're on lap 9 out of 17. So we've got roughly now 7 laps to go. It is going to be close because we will probably see some guys diving into pit lane very shortly. Gareth Morris 4th, Craig Thomas 5th, Adam Morgan now into 6th, followed by Brian Ross 7th. Brian actually goes into pit lane just as we talk about that. Nate Fletch and Nick Sargent also do the same. Samper stays out, so goes 7th, because obviously with the timing beams it does look like Brian Moncarney will be there. Brian Ross rejoins in 8th, so that's Team Hancock currently trying to push on quite a bit. Brian Moncani for Team Pirelli, 9th. Nate Fletch for Team Hankook, 10th. Continental driver Nick Sargent, 11th. Dean Atkinson, currently on the verge of struggling here for Team Continental, about to near enough get a lap down, but Ismail Nemri has gone from bad for worse, and sadly Moreno has got a bit of issues within pit lane. It looks like, from what I see, Lee Fitzy though at the moment for Team Pirelli leading the way. Pop Motorsport in currently second. Darren currently leading the way. I don't know exactly whether the timing screen on the right hand side is accurate. It says they've gone in the pit how many times, but Darren currently pushing on for 3rd place for Team Continental. Craig Thomas 4th, currently trying to push on. It's still as a bit. Oh, Craig's gone off at St Mary's there. He's going grass cutting. He's not a Honda. Adam Morgan 5th and Gareth Morris 6th. Currently Samper in 7th for Team Continental. Team Continental seem to have a bit of a work ethic to try and push on. Brian Ross 8th. Brian Moncani currently for Team Pirelli in 9th, with Nate Fletch chasing him down, which currently explain it quite a bit. Then you have Nick Sargent for Team Continental 11th, and then Dean Atkinson in 12th, with Ismail Numri for Team Pirelli in 13th, and Renault sadly still not able to jump out of pit lane, but Lee Fitzy currently leading the race, so it does look to me that Moreno has kind of stuck in pit lane, so the fastest lap actually will go down, but still says Moreno's actually got it at the moment. But looks like Pop Motorsport trying to push on. I don't know whether the timing screen is 100% with the laps on the right hand side, so this is a bit of a weird one at the moment. But we do have Pop Motorsport 2nd. It does look like Lee Fitzy, he's overtook Dean Atkinson, so Dean Atkinson at the tail of the field. Pop Motorsport about to start lap number 13. Craig Thomas in 3rd now. What's happened to Darren? Has Darren dropped back because he's playing it safe, or has he made a mistake? So Team Continental will respect their first decision. Darren Baldwin does the same. Gareth Morris, is he doing the same? No, he's not. Decides to stay out, so that's allowed Samper to probably push up quite a bit. Is he going to stay out? Yes, he is. He goes 6th now. Craig Thomas rejoins in 5th place, so that will be down to them. I believe it's just how it goes. So we've got roughly 4 laps to go in the first race of the evening for the Team Manufacturer Cup. So it looks like at the moment it is going to be a Pirelli 1-2, bar any mistake from these two. It looks like Dean Atkinson, no, at the moment is trying to unlap himself. So it looks like Lee Fitzy is going to be the first Team Pirelli driver, as well as Pop Motorsport. If Adam Morgan gets his foot down, he will inherit that lead for Team Hankook. But we'll see exactly what's happening. Gareth Morris there 4th at the moment, currently on the road. Craig Thomas 5th for Team Continental, with Samper as well as Darren Baldwin, as well as Brian Ross. Nate Fletch for Team Hankook 9th. Nick Sargent currently 10th for Team Continental. Dean Atkinson 11th for Team Continental, and Brian Moncani goes around and around for Team Pirelli in that Alpha 4C. Currently lost it at the latter part of the circuit. That's putting down in 12th. Ismail Numri with 1.6 of a penalty for some bizarre reason, 13th. It does look like though that Adam Morgan will be second for Team Hankook. So Team Hankook and Pirelli are currently the top scorers at the moment, because they've got Lee Fitzy as well as Adam Morgan pushing quite a bit on. Then you have Gareth Morris for Team Hancock in 4th. First Continental driver though is Craig Thomas, so they will be pushing hopefully for better things in race number 2. I hope so, because, you know, they seem to be a bit of a struggle recently. Sumper in 6th, fair play to him. The Flying Finn, currently 6th for Team Continental. Darren Baldwin 7th, so the Team Continental are 5th, 6th and 7th at the moment. Team Hancock though are 2nd, 4th and 8th and 9th at the moment. So that's a fantastic way. Team Continental driver Nick Sargent currently 10th though, so he's going to be pushing on quite a bit. Go on to 3 laps to go, so it's going to be probably close. Blue flags, I believe that will be for Ismail Numbry. Dean Atkinson now 11th for Team Continental. There's a yellow flag into the chicane. Whether it is with a car stuck, I'm not too sure. Brian Moncani for Team Pirelli on his out lap. 12th for Ismail Numbry, currently struggling yet again. 13th for Team Pirelli, and Moreno sadly still stuck in pit lane. So that's going to be a bit unfortunate. Going on to the penultimate lap though, Lee Fitzy has that gap from Adam Morgan at the moment, so the Welsh guy is currently showing the field quite a way, but Pokovic there trying to excuse me, trying to latch onto the back of Adam Morgan for 2nd place, so Team Pirelli could get a 1-2 and get probably most maximum points. But Team Hancock driver Adam Morgan will not give up 2nd place. There is a yellow flag. That is Ismail Nemri just going into shot there. Whether he's struggling at the moment, it's a bit unfortunate round here. It's a bit difficult to get a rhythm round here as well, from what I've found. So you've got Gareth Morris 4th at the moment, currently for Team Hancock, and then Craig Thomas as well as Samper, as well as Darren Baldwin for Team Continental. They are actually now 5th, 6th, 7th and now 9th. Currently probably will be 10th because Nick Sargent is under threat from Team Hancock driver Nate Fletch though, but we'll see what happens between these two. Nate Fletch gives Nick a bit of a shove, but I don't think that was intentional, so it's kind of one of them. It's kind of just how it is when you break round certain corners around here. But hopefully Nick Sargent gets a clean bit of a run. Then we've got 17.7 seconds from Dean Atkinson, currently on lap 16. Brian Moncani, who's on lap 15, currently 12th, and Ismail Numbry currently on the last part of the lap on lap 14, sadly for Team Pirelli. And then Moreno sadly currently still stuck in pit lane. He's not really had a good evening at the moment, but Lee Fitzy going through the latter part of the circuit. We'll see exactly if we've got any more battles galore going on very shortly, but Lee Fitzy comes out towards the last chicane. He comes through the chicane to take a first victory for Team Pirelli. Flashes the lights in the lights, as well as Adam Morgan coming home in 2nd for Team Hancock. So Pirelli get 1st and 3rd, with Pop Motorsport in 3rd. Gareth Morris for Team Hancock in 4th, followed by Craig Thomas for Team Continental. Adds leads the Team Continental trio of BMWs with Samper in 7th, followed by Darren Baldwin's 8th. He's done a stellar job to get 8th. Brian Ross in 9th. Nate Fletch actually got past Nick Sargent for 10th. So Team Hancock haven't really had much luck, but they've done very well to keep their cars going. Nick Sargent for Team Continental 11th. Dean Atkinson, what would have been probably a bit of a weird moment, but seems to be 12th for Team Team Continental there. Brian Moncani for Team Pirelli and Ismail Numri for Team Pirelli 13th and 14th. I believe, sadly, Moreno didn't actually make it out pit lane after his pit stop for some bizarre reason. So that's going to push him towards the back. It is going to look like we do have a bit of a ding-dong battle, but it is going to be looking likely Team Pirelli are going to be chasing down. Yeah, it looked like just a couple of mistakes, mate. But what can you do? Never mind. We'll see what happens in race number 2. Oh, he finished 15th, did he? Okay, that's cool. That's cool, mate. Thank you for letting me know. That's made me it's made me better, because I'll get the race results while we're here and I'll share them. Even though they may be shared already. So give me a second, guys. I'll go through the results as well while I'm here. So in first place was Lee Fitzey for Team Pirelli, followed by Adam Morgan for Team Hankook. Basically Hankook gets one of the cars onto the podium. Pop Motorsport for Team Pirelli came third. Gareth Morris for Team Hankook in fourth. Moreno actually claims he finished fifth according to the timing screen, which is a bit of a weird one, to be honest. But so I believe Moreno for Hankook actually was 15th, but he claims he is 5th. Oh, I misread that comment. Do apologise. He actually finished 5th. So Moreno actually finished 5th. So I do apologise. Track's full of bugs. I know, mate. I've seen it. It's not brilliant at the moment. But Moreno finished 5th for Team Hankook, so Hankook actually get 3 cars in the top 5. Then it got Team Continental, Gareth Morris in 6th, Sampras 7th with Darren Baldwin for Team Continental 6th, 7th and 8th. Brian Ross for Team Hankook and Nate Fletch both 9th and 10th. Nick Sargent for Team Continental alongside Dean Atkinson for Team Continental 11th and 12th. Brian McCartney and Ismail Nemri both struggling at the moment round here for Team Pirelli, 13th and 14th. Fastest lap actually went to Gareth Morris for Team Hankook on lap 16 with a 1:09.011, and race number 2 is going to be fantastic. It is going to be close as you like. I think, you know, it's going to be very interesting and probably close as we like, but we'll see exactly what is going to happen within race number 2. But it seems there's a lot of things going on at the moment, which whether the circuit is full of bugs or the track. God, my voice sounds a bit weird. But yes, it is going to be a rolling start for race number 2, where race number 2 will be a rolling start, and it will be another 17 lap encounter. I do apologise, I thought it said Moreno would finish 15th, but I do apologise, he actually finished 5th, even though it looked like he was stuck in pit lane for some time. So it looks like we are going to get ready for a decent second race. But I'd like to give a special couple of mentions why I'm here. So it looks like Chris Wheatley, unfortunately, is going to be missing race 2. But as I was saying, I would like to give a special mention to certain people within the Eldar Sim group. We do have myself Hoppers, you know, do a fantastic job commentary. Malcolm Argyle, Darren Baldwin when he's obviously up for his commentary, taking duties. Nick Sargent, who's the founder, Kim Sargent, that does wonderful thumbnails and wonderful social media posts. Without her wonderful social media posts and thumbnails, we don't know what we would have done, but do check them out. They do appear on the thumbnails for most of the championship races. I will have to make sure the one from tonight and technically the Yaris does appear. I need to make sure I do, but I'll do that when I get a chance. But yes, we do obviously have Brian Ross, who's also an admin, who actually hosts this lobby, so it's going to be fantastic to see how well everyone has done here. Excuse me, as I burp down everyone's ear, I do apologise. So we've got 1 minute to go until we get ready for race number 2. I don't know why the resolution for my video on here, but yes, it's if you fancy racing, do, because we do expect racers to be either novice or you don't have to be really good at racing. You can start as a novice and work your way up. So we'll see exactly what happens. We're waiting for Dean Atkinson to enter the lobby. So we'll see exactly what's going to happen. Typical lol. What do you mean typical? But we'll see exactly what race number 2 is going to bring. So race 2 will start very shortly. So let's see how we get on for race number 2 here at Goodwood Motor Circuit. So it's Ismail Nemri from Brian Moncani, followed by Dean Atkinson and Nick Sargent for Team Pirelli and Team Continental, respectively. Nate Fletch and Brian Ross for Team Hancock. And then you've got Darren Baldwin. You can just see Darren halfway round the corner towards the rear. Well, not the rear of the field, but he's currently 7th at the moment. We'll see what's happening at the start of the race, as we're about to get underway for the final race of the evening, and we're about to get going. So let's see who's going to put the foot flat to the floor going into turn number 1. Are we going to see Team Continental push and try and take a bit of a different standard, or are we going to see Team Pirelli work out strategies and get to the front like they were going to do? Looks like Ismail Nemri flicked his right hand indicator on there, which has gifted Brian Moncani first place at the moment. Nick Sargent in 4th at the moment, currently trying to chase down his teammate Dean Atkinson. Nate Fletch at the moment leading for Team Hancock, and then you've got Darren Baldwin for Team Continental. Then you've got Samper, Craig Thomas and Amber Renault currently 10th. Then you've got Pop Motorsport with Gareth Morrison, Adam Morgan and Lee Fitzy. But looks like Team Pirelli are playing a team game, because Ismail Nemri is back in front for the first time to complete a lap. So we do have 16 laps to go. It looks like Brian Moncani bunching up the field going into that chicane, which means that Team Continental are going to have to work like magic. It does look like at the moment Brian Ross putting Darren Baldwin under a bit of considerable pressure, but we'll see exactly what's going to happen. There's a lot of tyre squeal. We've got Samper and Craig Thomas currently chasing each other down, so that's going to be a very close proximity battle as we go into that. So at the moment, Darren Baldwin still 6th at the moment. Currently, Brian Ross 7th. It looks like Brian's had a bit of a grass cutting moment. He's got swamped by the 2 Team Continental BMW, so it looks like Continental at the moment. Who was that? Who was that going off? I just saw that was his Montgomery in the Alpha 4C. He's not having a good evening in that 4C at the moment by the looks of it. Team Pirelli now currently have dropped down slightly down the order. So Team Continental at the moment 1, 2 and 4 at the moment, with Dean Atkinson actually leading the race at the moment. It looks like Nate Fletch, the Team Hankook, trying to put the first Hankook Hyundai Genesis yellow flag into sector 1. Who was that? So Nick Sargent actually now leads for Team Continental. It looks to me though that we've lost Dean Atkinson down to 14th. Did he just get it wrong? You know, it's very interesting, but looking at what's going on, who went off and then dropped? So Team Continental 1st and 2nd with Nick and Darren at the moment, with Team Pirelli driver Ismail Nemri trying to push on. It looks like Craig Thomas up into 4th for Team Continental. So Team Continental at the moment working in that pack of a unit, the Wolf pack as I'm going to know it as, but Nick Sargent drops down to what would be 3rd at the moment. He's lost ground to Ismail Nemri, but Darren leads the race for Team Continental at the moment. Subper and Craig Thomas, that looks like Team Continental are struggling at the moment. Moreno in 7th, so looks like Team Continental are trying to push. They're trying to actually outscore their rivals previously. But it looks like Moreno going side by side with Samper at the moment. It's going to be a bit of a squeeze. That's got Team Hankook up into 6th place at the moment. See where Brian Moncani in 10th, followed by Dean Atkinson 11th. Brian Ross was the first to pit by the looks of it. Adam Morgan in 13th, and then Gareth Morris. They chose to pit, so Team Hankook at the moment trying to do what they can do, but excuse me, as Darren Baldwin leads the way with Nick Sargent 2nd. So Team Continental 1st and 2nd, and then Team Pirelli are 3rd and 4th. Team Continental driver Samper still in 5th place with Brian Moncani, 6th for Team Pirelli. Craig Thomas, Nate Fletch and Moreno jump into pit lane. That's allowed Lee Fitzy and of course these guys rejoin right in the thick of the battle. So it looks like Brian Ross currently rejoined there, but cost him time. He ran wide on the grass, so it looks like Lee Fitzy 8th, Dean Atkinson 7th, Brian Moncani 6th, followed by Sampers 5th, Hot Motorsport 4th, Ismail Nemri in 3rd, currently hounding the back of Nick Sargent. Alpha 4Cs are going to, them lights on the Alpha 4C are going to melt that back bumper of that BMW in a moment, if he gets any closer. But Nick currently in 2nd, Darren Baldwin 1st for Team Continental. So Team Continental 1-2 at this moment in time. They're going to probably work a strategy. I thought they're going to go in pit lane them, but currently working a massive strategy. Samper jumps into pit lane now, so Brian Moncani for Team Pirelli gets the fastest lap of the race so far. Dean Atkinson in 6th, followed by Lee Fitzy 7th. Samper comes out, so that's allowed him he's dropped down to 11th, so Team Continental are going to have to work a bit of a strategy. Nate Fletch, 8th for Team Hancock at the moment. It looks like Team Hancock with their Hyundai Genesis, the quartet, because Renault's also in this bit of a leapfrogging battle. Looks like Brian Ross, Nate Fletch, and of course Gareth Morris. Are they trying to work together? Dean Atkinson goes rallycrossing and goes grass cutting, probably to get some corn for his dinner. He's off in the cornfield. Darren Baldwin currently still leads with Nick Sargent second for Team Continental. Are they going to play the game where whoever gets held up or whoever does better? Looks like that Ismail Numri's dropped a bit of a gap there, but he's okay for Team Pirelli. Pirelli 3rd and 4th at the moment, also 5th should I say, and 6th. But then Team Hancock, Gareth Morris leads that Team Hancock interchanging battle between himself, Brian Ross and Moreno. Craig Thomas 10th with Nate Fletch currently. He's clipped the barrier. So that's dropped him down into 13th, maybe 14th now, because Dean Atkinson's got past him. It looks like Adam Morgan and Sampa are going to have a bit of a battle, so Hancock and Continental will have a bit of a battle. Craig Thomas there for Team Continental in 10th. Moreno 9th, will be 8th if he gets the move done. Brian Ross goes off now. It's a bit of a argy-bargy moment for both Team Hancock. Brian Ross goes off into the barrier. I don't know what's exactly happened there. Are they playing a team tactic? Looks like Moreno's just allowing his teammate back through, so it's a bit unfortunate there. We'll see exactly what's going on. But we do have Brian Moncani 5th. It looks like the Team Pirelli Alpha 4Cs are trying to work as a unit to try and get up to Team Continental. Looks like Pop Motorsport is the fastest of the 3 Alpha 4Cs at the moment. He's got slid past Nick Sargent going into 4th water there. Sorry, I was yawning. But it looks like Darren Baldwin for Team Continental probably will be loving this so far. We're on lap 8 out of 17. So it looks like Pirelli are trying to actually launch that attack that I was on about. It looks like Nick's trying to make that Team Continental BMW work a bit more stronger. But, looks like Ismail Numri gets that wrapped up. He does, but Nick Sargent drops back down to drops into 3rd. Ismail Numri goes off at the chicane. I don't know whether it's just a slight tap. He now jumps into pit lane though. So that's Brian Moncani up into 4th. Lee Fitzy with that Alpha 4C in 5th place on lap 9 out of 17. So we've got around about 11 laps to go. Craig Thomas and Gareth Morris. So the Welsh boys are going to have to push on. Sampa in 8th, followed by Adam Morgan, then Dean Atkinson, of course Nate Fletch. Ismail Numri though, coming out of pits on cold tyres. Looks like the mediums are struggling at the moment in the cooler conditions. Brian Ross 13th, and of course Moreno 14th. Darren currently leading the way for Team Continental. Tried to push on quite a bit. Nick Sargent 2nd for Team Continental, so Team Continental may have a bit of an advantage here. They're trying to obviously push their drivers to sort of leading. But Nick Sargent and of course Brian Moncani now leads the way for Team Pirelli, so that allows Pop Motorsport exactly to do the same. So both of the Team Pirelli guys are interchanging their battles. Lee Fitzy for Team Pirelli. So Team Pirelli at the moment though, from what I am seeing, currently pushing for their moment or two. It does look like at the moment though we've got a bit of a problem. I think Nick's now got the pit glitch. whether it's just on my screen or it's just one of them, but we'll soon find out. Pokovic leads the way, followed by Brian Mulcahy and Lee Fitzy, and Craig Thomas, of course, Gareth Morris. So it's going to look very close. Gareth Morris actually does the move on Craig Thomas. They're both side by side. Looks like Craig's trying to overlap him. Oh! So we'll see exactly what's going to happen here. But Craig Thomas trying to do exactly Team Continental favours, because Team Hancock at the moment though are having a bit of a drive. They actually currently lead that Team Hancock currently 4th, so Team Pirelli at the moment, bar any issues, of 1st, 2nd and 3rd at the moment. So, you know, Team Pirelli doing well. Team Continental, Nick Sargent is currently down in 13th, but he may be out on track. It's just probably one of them. But Dean Atkinson 13th at the moment. But Brian Ross under threat from Ismail Nemri. Ismail goes rally crossing again. But that's allowed Brian Ross to close the gap again. So Team Hancock currently trying to push on quite a bit. Ismail goes off there. I don't know what's up with Ismail's 4C this evening, whether it's just the tyres are going off. So it looks like at the moment Gareth Morris has got 3rd from Brian Mulcahy, whether Team Pirelli are on about calling them in and just saying, you know, let's do this. Yes, Brian jumps into pit lane. Looks like Ismail Nemri has had a bit of an issue with his Alpha 4C. So Craig Thomas 4th, Gareth Morris for Team Hancock 3rd, Team Pirelli 1st and 2nd at the moment with around 6 laps to go. So Pokovic trying to do a stellar job trying to push on. Lee Fitzy in 2nd, currently Gareth Morris circulating in 3rd, Craig Thomas 4th, trying to have a bit of Continental Tyre, trying to push quite a bit on. Now Adam Morgan followed by Samper and of course Darren Baldwin. So the two Continental BMW 6th and 7th, they currently may be into that regime. Dave Fletch in 8th, followed by, who was he side by side, or was it, no, it was, I do apologise, it was Samper and Darren for 6th and 7th. So going on to lap number 13 now, Dave Fletch in 8th, Moreno 9th, Brian Ross 10th, Brian Mulcahy 11th and Dean Atkinson in 12th. Nick Sargent, I believe he's still circulating on circuit, it's just, it says there's a glitch, but whether he is circulating, I'm sure someone will tell me. So Pokovic currently in 1st place, followed by Lee Fitzy, followed by Gareth Morris. And then you've got Craig Thomas, Adam Morgan, and of course Sumper for 6th and 7th. Nate Fletch 8th, followed by Moreno 9th, and of course Brian Ross 10th, Brian Mulcahy 11th, Dean Atkinson looks like he's 12th, and Nick Sargent is probably circulating on circuit. So we'll find out as soon as the race results do come in at the end. So we're on with excuse me, just coming up to 3 laps to go in the final race of the evening here at Goodwood. It looks like Craig Thomas will have Team Continental in 3rd, bar any mistake. Darren Baldwin 4th, Samper 5th. So Team Continental at the moment, bar any issues, are currently having a bit of a better race this time round. Lee Fitzy rejoined in 6th place with Team Hancock driver Nate Fletch all over the back of him. No Fletch drops a bit of a wheel on the dirt, which pushes him a bit. Adam Morgan gets past him. Moreno there in 9th. Brian Ross currently 10th. Brian Moncani in 11th. Dean Atkinson 12th. And Nick Sargent is circulating, so it will be kind of interesting to see how well. Gareth Morris, though, for Team Hancock, will be the first Hancock driver with 3 laps to go, pushing on quite a bit. Craig Thomas also jumping. Pop Motorsport, Mr. Pokovic, down in 3rd at the moment, so Darren will still take 4th at the moment, so that's good going for Team Continental. Lee Fitzy now actually in 5th, with Adam Morgan 6th, Nate Fletch in 7th, Moreno 8th, Brian Ross 9th, Brian Moncani in 10th, with Samper down in 11th. Not too sure what's happened to Samper, whether he's had a bit of an issue and it's dropped him back. And then Dean Atkinson and Nick Sargent is circulating, I believe, so it will be closer as you like. We'll see exactly what happens with the results, because at the moment it seems to be up in the air, but Craig Thomas for Team Continental will be happy with that. So Hancock and Pirelli at the moment do have a carriage on the podium, but Team Continental also have a car on the podium. But it looks like Team Hancock so far though are the most cars that are in the top 8. So it looks like we'll go on to the penultimate lap of the race. Gareth Morris still ekes out that advantage from Craig Thomas at the moment. The best mates currently battling for that prime win. It's not down to the individual driver now, it is down to team, but it looks like Pokovic, they're trying to get that Pirelli 4C to circulate around the circuit. Lee Fitzy in 5th at the moment, with Adam Morgan in 6th, followed by Nate Fletch and Moreno, followed by Brian Ross. Brian Ross goes a bit across, Brian Moncani chasing him down. Dean Atkinson in 11th, followed by Samper in 12th, and then Nick Sargent is somewhere around on the field, on the track. I think it is going to be Gareth Morris that literally takes onto the final lap now. Craig Thomas about to start the final lap himself. Pokovic doing exactly the same, and then Darren Baldwin as well as Lee Fitzy, Adam Morgan. Then you got this battle between Nate Fletch and of course Moreno, currently pushing on quite a bit. They're on the final lap anyway, so the fuel looks like it's going to be close as you like between these guys. You don't want to push too hard and then run out of fuel. That's what you don't want to do, but it is going to be closer between these two, the French and the English. So we'll see exactly what's going to happen in a moment. It looks like Moreno and Nate Fletch have a bit of a touch, and a bit of wheel. But it does look like that Gareth Morris will come through the final 2 turns. He's about to go through the penultimate corner. He's about to line up the chicane. There's a yellow flag there, but that's not going to hamper him. He's about to come through and take a Team Hancock 1 win this evening. He will flash the light in delight. Craig Thomas for Team Continental, 2nd place. So Team Continental on the podium. Pirelli flashing the lights for Pop Motorsport. Then you got Darren 4th for Team Continental. So Team Continental have 2 cars and Lee Fitzy. Then you have Adam Morgan, followed by Nate Fletch and Moreno take the battle to the line. Brian Ross for Team Hancock will come home in 9th. And then of course Dean Atkinson for Team Continental 10th. And then, well, it's now Nick finished 10th. Okay, that's good. So Nick does finish 10th in that race. Dean Atkinson 11th. It actually leaves Brian Moncani 12th and Samper. Oh, I don't know what's happened now. He finishes 13th after a bit of of a disappointing run there, but never mind, he has crossed the line there, and sadly we lost Ismail Memory. So it is going to be very interesting going into the next round of the championship. But Gareth Morris takes out the win from Craig Thomas, followed by Pop Motorsport, Darren Baldwin in 4th, Lee Fitzy in 5th, followed by Adam Morgan, Nate Fletch, Moreno, Brian Ross, Nick Sargent 10th. He said he was running 5th. And people couldn't see him. Well, that's a bit unfortunate, mate. I don't know what to say about that one. It's a bit difficult. Then Dean Atkinson, Brian Moncani and Sampa. Sadly, Ismail Numri did not make it to the finish. He had a bit of an issue with his Alpha 4C. Excuse me. Fastest lap went to Gareth Morris yet again with a 109.080 on lap number 13. But it is going to be fantastic, and yeah, it is one of them things, mate. You know, it's just how it is, isn't it? But never mind, we got through the races. You know, it's been great, but hopefully it'll be kind to each and every single one of you. But yeah, it's been great to be part of this, and great to be back in the excuse me, back into the commentary booth yet again. But yes, guys, until next week, I'm trying to think where we are next week. Well, I'm sure I'll find out. But yeah, it's been great to be part of. I don't think we'll be using Goodwood, mate. It seems to be that every single track on this game at the moment seems to have a bit of issues here, there and everywhere, doesn't it? But hey ho, never mind. Until next week, I've been the one and only Hoppers, and I will see you guys Friday for the Toyota Yaris, brought to you by Hoppers Motorsport Vlogs. We will be doing that. So yeah, we'll see you then, guys. Take care, have a good rest of the week, and I will see you Friday. Hopefully I don't lose my voice on Friday, but you never know. But until then, guys, take care and enjoy the rest of the week. But don't forget to like and subscribe to the Eldar Sim YouTube channel, and also see us on YouTube as well, on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and of course the website as well. So until then, guys, have a good evening and take care. Ta-ra. Oh, we know, Darren. We know you're not here, mate. Don't panic.